All right, for our last 12 days of Christmas, we have a pressing board and power tools. The supplies for the pressing board that we're making today, we're going to need some scrap board, or you could get an inexpensive cutting board from Lowe's or Walmart, anywhere there. We're also going to need some scrap batting. And basically what I did was I took the measurements of the board and added 2-3 inches all the way around, and plus the thickness of the board. Okay, so I've got my scrap batting, and I have 2 sheets, and then I have some scrap embroider that I had hanging around, and I have just a ½ yard of scrap fabric, and it is the full width of fabric. All right, let's get started. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take my board. I've laid out my 2 scrap sheets of, I keep calling them sheets, but they're not, just my 2 pieces of batting, and my embroider that I have that's left over, just sort of centering everything. And I'm going to take my scrap ½ yard of fabric from another project. I didn't use it all. Just kind of center all of that, make it nice and neat, and I'm going to do a flip, taking everything and flipping it over. We're going to pull this tight, and using the staple gun, which I forgot to tell you that you needed in your supplies, and we're going to staple gun this. You don't need an electric one. This happens to be electric. I love it. Oops, there's my double one. We're going to turn this around. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to cut my extra fabric off, and I'm going to fold this in, bring this to this side, and staple gun that out from under this, because we don't need all this batting at this point. I'm going to trim so this just meets down the board, so it's probably it's just the distance of the board. This is about a ½ inch. I'm just going to cut it that way. I'm going to move this out and just cut straight across, just making sure I don't catch our fabric along with the batting. We just want to make sure we don't catch that fabric. Okay, and I might trim a little bit more here. My hand's probably in the way. Now what we're going to do is just wrap this like this as a present, but I'm also going to trim some of this away too. And if you don't have a staple gun, you can also use tacks. You can use fancy tacks. You can get some tacks that if you need to nail them in, you can do that too. Ouch. We're going to finish the corners is just as if we were wrapping a package. I'm going to push down here, fold over, pull up, and then I'm going to take the staple gun again, push down, fold over, and I do need to take out some additional bulk on this end, so I'm going to cut that out real quick. Just fold this down, making sure I'm not cutting that bottom part. Just want to take out some additional bulk. Okay, fold that in and pull this up nice and tight. I'm really trying not to get the double wang. And again, we're going to go on this side. Push down. I'm going to take out again some more of that bulk in this corner. Push that down. Fold this over. And press this up. And remember again, if you don't have a staple gun, get the tacks. And there you have a nice, great pressing surface.